So this is just a short video on how to prepare for your professional exams for anatomy and physiology, that's second year. So you have to do a lot of MCQ questions. You do have to practice a lot of MCQ questions when it comes to anatomy. So it's not guaranteed that the questions will retain as they are in the previous MCQs. Sometimes they may seem new, but there is nothing new really, because in anatomy it's the same thing. You are going to ask the anatomy of the human being. It's just new. It's just Langman. It's just Jamguera's basic histology. So there's no new questions really. So you have to read, you have to study, and also do a lot of MC questions. It just helps you to recall, because doing MC questions helps you with to recall questions. So, but just don't do only MCQ questions. So you need to study. So this is the only time you have to study, because this vacation that we gave for December up to February is the last one that we are going to get. So we need to make use of it. So we need to use this one to read, mainly just read and try to read everything from what you did from day one of biomedical sciences up to now. So just read, and even try to read ahead if you can as well. So anatomy and practice MCQs, but use this vacation mainly for written. So MCQs you cannot do alone, you cannot practice alone, so you need to do discussion with others. So you'll say, so during professional exam period you barely get sleep, you rarely get any sleep. So you be doing discussions, bouncing from one discussion to another, and this is very important, because it's easy for you to recall things that you do when you are with peers, when you're with colleagues, when you are with a lot of people. It's easy for you to recall, and you cover more MCQs that way, because there's someone who knows something that you don't know. You may know something that someone don't know, so there's no time to work in research, because there's always someone who knows something. So you be covering a lot of MCQs at an incredible pace. So anatomy, that's it. Read, study, and do MCQs with others. And I repeat, don't do MCQs alone. Okay. We move on to physiology. So physiology is mainly about reading. I don't want to lie to you guys. So physiology, you need to read. Just read a lot. So physiology, read, and also do practice MCQs. But for physiology, usually, I can say there are new questions. So there aren't any new questions. So it's just the same thing. Just open your canon, just do your slides. It's just the same questions that you retain. So make sure you revise the continuous assessment questions that you did. This applies for both anatomy and physiology, but it mainly applies in physiology, because most of the questions just come back as they are in physiology. So make sure you have a collection of all the continuous assessment exams that you did since batch one. So make sure you do those, you practice them, because they retain as they are. They do, except in neurophysiology it's usually new questions, but it's a few stems, usually less than 5 stems of neurophysiology, so it's not really much. But this applies in paper 2. Yeah, it applies in paper 2. So neurophysiology is not really a lot of questions that are asked there, but still you need to cover ground, you need to be balanced, you need to know everything, because in paper 2, like I said, only 5 topics are examined. So only 5: renal, CVS, resp, we talked about nerve and muscle, and also neurophysiology. So only 5 in 75 questions. They're distributed evenly, but usually neurophysiology, they give neurophysiology just a few questions. But yeah, you need to study, you need to be all rounded, you need to balance everything. So do discussions with others when the time comes. So when towards professional exams, there is no time to read really. That is, we're talking about in May, when we're left for about 2 or 3 weeks. There is no time to read. So this is the only time we have for reading. This December to February vacation, this is the only period we have, because when it comes to only 2 weeks remaining, when come May, you see what I'm talking about. It's all about discussions, and you start to feel like even read, you need to read, you need to firefight and do MCQs alone, but it will not work, because you need to do a lot of MCQs, because some of the questions written is there. So with 3 weeks remaining, there is barely time to read. I'm not saying you shouldn't read, you will read, but most of your hours should be spent doing discussions with others. So just make sure you make connections, make good discussions, and you don't need to wait for an invite. If you see people wait, just gathering doing questions, just go and stand there and just start hearing answers. If you have nothing to say, just go there and absorb answers. No one will chase you away. Okay, so just make sure you do a lot of MCQs. Make sure you do discussions, and most importantly, make sure you use the December February vacation to read for both physiology and anatomy on everything that you did and everything that you're going to do as well. So yeah, just make sure.